And which ones are those? Hello and welcome to The Corner. I'm the Frosted Glass, and I'm joined by my fellow Albert Savages. I like boobs.
Chicks, man.
Moonshock.
We were talking about whammons before the show started, and freaking Frosted just interrupted us. We were talking about nice, good-looking whammons, and all of a sudden he just had to be the party pooper. How dare you, sir?
Look, we can whack it later. We got a show to do. All right.
It's funny because everybody remembers the scene in Fast Times from Rougemont High where the woman is taking off her bra.
Her name is Phoebe Cates.
People seldom remember the scene that surrounds that scene that's so highly embarrassing.
Hammer, we're gonna
Judge Reinhold.
Yeah,
Judge Reinhold jerking off in the bathroom.
Doesn't anybody fucking knock anymore?
In a restaurant pirate uniform.
Man, it would be an injustice if Judge Reinhold doesn't have two brothers named Jury and Executioner.
That would be awesome. How'd you like to be a kid named Executioner?
All right, Terry Diamantis.
Yes, I'm also here.
Oh, hi, Terry.
And this week's special guest, One Ton Hammer.
Yes, and Terry is also here.
And I too am fond of that particular beverage.
All right, so I don't know about you guys. I have an unpopular opinion. I think that the Secret Service kind of messed up at the whole Trump assassination thing.
They did just fine. They did nothing wrong.
Yeah,
Did you see that today?
What?
That roof was far too steep. No one could have stood on that and lived.
Yeah.
I know, seriously, man.
Yeah,
You mean the one where that person was standing behind Trump in like line of sight, and you see this kid just running across the roof? Yeah, I saw that too.
Now,
They had a broadcast today. Did you guys catch it?
a broadcast of what?
It wasn't
status
the questioning,
update?
was it?
No, they fired the main chick, whatever her
Yeah,
name
yeah.
was.
But they're they actually questioned the acting guy too.
The backup, the person who's in charge now that she retired, he did a like a public forum with some reporters and stuff about what happened, all that kind of stuff. And when Scribe live streamed it, and he spoke for almost an hour and said absolutely nothing.
Oh, that's typical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Scribe was losing his mind. Scribe screaming in the microphone, 3 weeks, you've had 3 weeks.
Well,
I'm actually looking at the live. I'm actually looking at your show live, and all it's showing is the chat still. That's probably because you haven't put up an article, so never mind. Hi, I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Well,
Hi, idiot.
Anyway,
You
what?
hush.
Anyway.
Keegan says she was there, so I'm guessing that she might be one of the candidates for being a second shooter.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, what the hell, Keith? Why
Keefer
are
was
you
on the
doing that?
grassy knoll, folks.
Yeah.
Wait. Were you steadying the gun for him, Keith? How dare you?
But but we're gonna find out another reason why the Secret Service should have seen this coming a mile away.
Yeah.
All right.
Or
So,
at least 400 feet away.
brief notes on Thomas Matthew Crooks' assassination attempt of Donald Trump.
Oh dear.
This brief essay is about what I found out as an astrologer.
Oh, God.
What is this person's name again? I have to see this person.
Michael Zizis, I think.
Probably go, right?
Mike Zizzies.
Oh, it's
Okay.
Guy. Holy crap.
All right. Everybody's high on what's next. So am I. Therefore, I am confining this essay to what I do know. Everything
What a
said.
pansy ass little bitch. He doesn't have a picture.
Everything.
Therefore, I'm confining it to what I do know. The end.
Wait a second. I think I found a picture of him.
Everything said here is based on very scant information involving Crooks' horoscope.
Oh yeah.
As far as we know, he was born September 20th, 2003. Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, time unknown. He was born with an out-of-sign conjunction between Uranus, 20 degrees, Aquarius, and Mars.
Talking about Uranus, dude.
and Mars at 0 degrees Pisces. His Pluto at 17 degrees Sagittarius is conjunct Trump's moon at 21 degrees Sagittarius. Challenging manifestations of Moon-Pluto dynamics can lead to intense power struggles.
Don't you involve me on this.
Emotional
what
manipulation.
The hell is going on?
He's telling a freaking horoscope, all that kind of garbage. It's a bunch of nonsense.
Trump opens the paper, looks at the horoscope. You're going to get shot today. Let's see. Fears of abandonment or betrayal. The Moon person may sometimes feel overwhelmed or controlled by the Pluto person's intensity, while the Pluto person might struggle with possessiveness or jealousy.
Turn around.
There can be a tendency toward emotional extremes, where the depth of connection also exposes vulnerabilities to pain and power imbalances.
Yeah. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Sorry, the dog is leaning right on my incision.
Ow. Whoa. That sounds like a vulnerability to pain, Moonshock. You might be in this article.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have no idea how much I've gone through.
I'm getting flashbacks here to watching videos with James Randi where he talks about shit like this.
Who's James Randi?
It is not hard to say what a person is like after they've already done something that shows what they're like.
Yeah, of course.
Trump was born with the planet Uranus 17 degrees Gemini, directly opposed to Crooks Uranus 17 degrees Sagittarius.
Crooks Uranus.
Crooks was born with Saturn 12 degrees conjunct his moon at 15 degrees Cancer.
Whoa, his moon at Cancer? That is too good.
And this places his moon and indirectly his Saturn at what exact midpoint between Trump's Mercury 8 degrees Cancer and his natal Saturn 23 degrees Cancer.
Okay, interrupt real quick. There's a picture I just put in chat. So this is our lovely little author from his website himself.
I'm getting 360 Cancer just listening to this.
Yikes.
Yeah, this guy is a complete winner.
Let's spend a little time breaking this down. Because Crooks was born with Mars conjunct Uranus, he was sensitive to it occurring in the sky. Mars-Uranus indicates rebellions, breakage, breakthroughs and breakdowns, explosions, meltdowns, and violent situations seeming to appear out of nowhere. Think of the Viking berserkers. His natal Uranus at the 29th, or weeping degree of Aquarius, points to Crooks having a sudden reversal of his Aquarian physical freedoms, in this case being instantly shot dead. His Uranus at this degree...
Can I just say, this is one way to spend your retirement?
Yeah.
Well, this guy knew it was going to happen ahead of time. You know, laugh at him all you want, but, you know...
You want to know what's really weird about the astrology sign of Cancer? Its ruling planet is actually the moon. So moon and Cancer, apparently they go hand in hand. So apparently the universe.
Maybe you should switch to another planet or something.
No shit. I mean, I'm a Pisces and my ruling planet is Neptune, but what the hell, Cancer and Moon? If I was actually a Cancer, and that would just be too perfect.
You're a Cancer. Don't worry.
I don't know my planet or any of that shit, but I know I'm a Gemini.
Gemini? Let me find out what your planet is.
Let's see.
And tell me, Frosted, what was your mother's maiden name?
Yeah. And what are those 3 numbers on the back of your credit card?
My mother's maiden name was Headland.
Planet is Mercury.
The lore deepens.
Actually, 2 words.
Let's see.
Aries is that's a fire sign, but your ruling planet is Mercury, Frosted.
Well, all right. His Uranus at this degree also reveals a generational love-hate with the baby boomers born with Uranus in Gemini. As the song says, you've got to be taught, carefully taught to hate.
What the hell song is that?
I don't know. Yeah, a Uranus song. I don't know. That, with Crooks' natal moon at the exact midpoint between Trump's Mercury and his Saturn, his would-be assassin seems to have been made afraid and angry at Trump's reversing stance on issues like abortion, etc. Anyone born
Don't
with
tell me you're actually gonna try and make sense of this stuff.
and also, the one thing I would ask is, how is it that everyone born on the same day as Crooks didn't try to do the same thing?
It's a good question.
It just seems like anyone born on this day was destined to shoot at Trump.
That would be hilarious if, like, 1/365th of the United States turned up to assassinate Trump.
And the Secret
Million
Service sees
people.
none of them. There's a giant, like, stadium-sized roof that's slanted.
Yeah.
It's just a wave of people like the marching scene in like a military movie, like about the Revolutionary War. It's just a whole wave of people and just Donald Trump standing there.
His ear gets hit 365 times. Let's see. Okay. Anyone born with Saturn in Cancer may be schooled in fearing anyone who simply disagrees. What do American men do when they're afraid? They reach for a weapon. Crooks, even more than Trump, was coldly taught not to show any emotions that might be considered male weakness. Crooks' natal Venus 5 degrees Libra was conjunct Trump's Neptune in Libra at the same degree. Now, if that doesn't tell you everything, I don't know what does. This combination...
I don't know. I saw the picture of this guy. I'd say the weakness is written all over him. At the very least in the chin area.
This combination can present itself as the Venus person, like a bird, fatally attracted to the beautiful snake, Trump's Neptune. Once the hypnosis is broken, the bird turns on the snake.
The woman is attracted to the beautiful snake? Oh, yeah.
Evolved Potato has a very good question in chat. So, white women in chat, what does this mean?
What white women, please respond.
Yes.
Where's all the white women at?
Alright, but since that was a short one, I also have another very short one before we get to our first game.
Yes.
Alright, so the big question that you have to deal with when running a communist country is, what to do when people try to run away.
True.
My family fled communism, the communist position on Exiles.
I'm sure they love them.
What should communists think of people who have fled supposedly communist countries?
Supposedly communist.
Go kill yourselves, and we'll never know.
I'll tell you what. If you can ask a communist, what country in the past has been communist, they won't be able to give you an answer.
None of them. It's never been done before.
It's never been done.
Give me a successful, like you said, give me a successful country that has ever been communism that still exists to this day.
No. They'll just say that no country has ever been properly communist.
Yes. Well, no, they might say that, or what they might do is they'll either A, give you the name of a country that's successful but not communist, or B, they'll give you a communist country that's so recently developed that it has not had time to properly fail yet.
You mean like the United States?
No, we're headed toward it.
We're almost there.
That's right.
Firstly, we must analyze the person's class background and why their family fled in the first place. Was it because their family belonged to the bourgeois class? A counter-revolutionary organization? Simply fleeing the violence?
It's because they're starving to death. They're literally starving to death.
Nah, I don't think so.
No, that's a myth, because Bernie Sanders said the good thing about bread lines is at the end of the line you get bread.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But is it moldy by then?
Probably.
Simply fleeing the violence that comes with revolution and, in many cases, intervention. Determining why their family fled/exiled shows a lot about their class character and whether this expulsion is justifiable. Secondly, we must determine the true nature of the supposedly communist country they fled from. For example, Eastern Europe, anti-communists claim their family recently lived under communism. However, this is false, as we know the USSR and Eastern Bloc was on a revisionist road from the late 50s.
Yeah. Sorry, V, you did not benefit from communism like you claim.
Yeah.
Why you gotta be so negative, Terry?
Well, I'm sure V is watching, and I just want to console him for this terrible news that he's just received.
Well, he's negative
it's-
because his Uranus is 5 degrees Sagittarius or something.
That's
I
That
would
kind of crap.
say that in terms of the degree of wrongness, you can basically judge a system's adequacy based on how quickly it collapses, because it all collapses eventually.
I think the easiest metric is when you build a wall is to keep people in or out.
Yeah. but seriously, communism collapses quickly within years
Yeah.
of first being instituted. So it's almost as though it is worse than all the other systems.
You would think.
Which is why you just starve the people that aren't happy with it.
That's just good thinking.
Another good example would be revisionist Cuba, infamous for Gusano exiles fleeing to the United States. However, many of the Gusanos were actually spared by being allowed to flee to America and having the right to leave Cuba voluntarily. Thirdly,
What?
if the Cuba just let him go. Cuba's nice like that.
I'm having some difficulty caring about this.
Go to Florida. Ask some of the residents of Florida about their time voluntarily leaving Cuba.
No,
or their parents voluntarily leaving Cuba.
No, they were allowed to leave. Just ask Elian Gonzalez.
Yeah.
He only had a gun pointed in his face, so what?
Yeah, they just choose to make their RAVs out of trash and stuff.
Exactly.
It's an aesthetic design. It's all the rage.
Yeah, I mean, the landfill's got plenty of stuff to choose from. Why not?
Thirdly, if the person you are speaking to is genuinely interested in learning about the supposed communism that their country upheld, we should
I'm not anymore.
We should adequately explain why those countries were revisionist regimes, and explain why many people were rightfully exiled or persecuted under those regimes.
Yeah, they were regimes because the communism thing didn't work.
So if someone who fled like Cuba or the USSR or something comes to you, you should tell them why it was actually really great where they came from. And that they were the wrong ones.
No, you tell them it was actually great where you came from, but even if it wasn't great where you came from, it wasn't really communism anyway.
Yeah.
And I like the whole, maybe they did something to deserve being persecuted.
That's also true.
Maybe they didn't. Maybe they shouldn't have hid that loaf of bread underneath their pillow.
Realistically, many exiles will not be able to understand this due to sheer personal bias. Gee, I wonder why they'd be biased. And a sense of them being inherently more knowledgeable as they are from the country, and or know first-hand witnesses. Supporting communism despite being an exile/ancestor of them can be seen as treason to your people, as these communities generally despise communism. Finally, we often see anti-communists decrying communism by saying, ask someone who lived under communism. This point reeks of
He's calling you out.
This point reeks of liberal identity politics. You do not have to.
How often do you run into people in the wild who lived under systems that were not communism or socialism that decry how bad their system was? Because most of the systems are terrible, but some are a different kind of terrible than others.
But I will grant him this point. You don't have to have personally experienced something to have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's a common phrase that capitalism is the worst system ever, except for every other system.
Yeah, all the other ones that have been tried. Yeah.
Hammer, stop being so
Wasn't that
goddamn
Winston
negative.
Churchill?
I think it was.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, this point reeks of liberal identity politics. You do not have to live under communism to have a valid opinion of it, nor does every person that lived under communism have a correct opinion of it either.
There's no such thing as a correct opinion. It's your opinion.
Yeah.
Rotten Corpse brings up an excellent point. The majority of revisionist history is to make the U.S. look like the bad guys.
Yeah.
It really is.
This point almost always translates to, listen to the people that lived under communism and agree with me. As we stated previously, the vast majority of living people who claim to have lived under communism did not actually live under it. They most likely lived under the rule of revisionist leadership and policies.
No, they just lived under the boot that's been pushed up against our head.
No, they lived in not communism. That is a totally different thing.
Yes.
I'm surprised he's just like, you didn't actually suffer.
Yeah.
You weren't actually starving to death. You didn't actually have your family confiscated from you. Those were illusions.
So basically it's, you weren't persecuted by communism, but if you were, you deserved it. Overall, when we are dealing with exiles or former citizens of communist regimes, we must maintain a sharp analysis of their class background and why they fled/got exiled, along with attempting to educate members of these communities about the true nature of these supposed communist states and why they may have been a target of persecution by communists.
Educating sounds like a hell of a euphemism in this case, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So
you will be educated now, comrade. Face wall.
I dare this guy to go to someone who fled a communist country and say, no, it was really great. You just remember it wrong.
It wasn't communism anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't communism, but also it was, and you deserved it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with the end of the first two articles, I suppose, comes the first game, and that is Sad Libs Double Prompt Edition.
Yummy.
Frosted, after this game, I want to make an announcement.
Yep. All right. You gonna read your horoscope?
Yes.
All right.
Cool.
All right. And this is where I take 4 headlines from Medium, take out 2 words, and you guys have to fill in those words Mad Lib style. Then the chat will vote on which one is best.
Ooh.
So, Jack, I need a living thing plural.
Let's get a little gnarly with this one. I'm gonna say razor blades.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, I meant thing plural, not living thing.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, seriously, why do people, 2 people have said, "Oh, you're finally coming out as gay"? Like, no.
He's done that ages ago. Don't be silly.
That maybe he's announcing that he's going back in the closet.
There you are.
Hi, son.
Hi, son. All right, Moon, I need a male person.
You know, this person I am very, very disappointed in, so I'm going to have to use him, Jeff Bridges. If anybody who does not know why I'm disappointed, it's because this motherfucker, he did the white men for Harris. You fucking pussy ass bitch.
No, white dudes for Harris, because they're cool.
He's the dude. He's the dude. He's not supposed to. Never mind.
Well,
people are saying hi to you, baby.
And Terry, I need a person.
Since we were just talking about communism, Augusto Pinochet.
Oh, you're gonna have to
Did
spell
nothing
that one.
wrong.
Not a damn thing.
He gave people fun rides.
Yeah.
Oh.
Free helicopter rides.
Yeah.
Son is currently playing WoW, so she will. Never mind.
She's at the bottom of the well again.
Yeah.
He's gonna go through the entire chat.
Pretty much.
You guys all got individual greetings from my wife, so enjoy. Oh, wait, whoa, no, don't enjoy. Just know that you were lucky. No, never mind. Never mind.
How close are your neighbors to you? I wonder if they're like wondering what she's yelling about. All right, Terry, I need an adjective. Or no, Hammer, I need an adjective.
Slippery.
Oh my.
All right, let's see. Moon, give me a transitive verb ending in ing.
Violate.
So violating.
Yes. Try to get something that's related to razor blades, and cutting just sounded stupid
Yeah.
or too
Alright.
easy.
Terry, same thing.
Tasting.
All right, Hammer, I need a living thing plural.
Bullet ants.
He's so
Alright.
innocent. He never gets dirty.
I don't.
And Jack,
Well,
I need
Terry, I'm sorry that you lost this week.
and Jack, I need a living thing.
A hamster.
Ew. Lemmy winks.
I got this one.
Lemmy Winks was a gerbil. All right.
Whatever.
So let's see. Jack's is the trend of eating razor blades but violating Mexicans.
Oh.
Both great hobbies.
Mm.
All right. And Moon's. Jeff Bridges was tasting one women a month, but police couldn't catch him.
One woman. Unfortunately, that just one little letter.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't make sense in the first place. It should be woman.
Yeah.
Hey, don't look at me. That's the way they wrote it in the headline.
True. So we have to give them credit for being morons.
And for the record, Terry, for yours, I would have said Chileans.
There you go.
There. All right. So Terry's August Pinochet and the recurrence of violence against black bullet ants.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it fits
I don't
because bullet ants are black, aren't they?
Yeah,
Well, if it was Chileans, it would have made too much sense, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be too obvious.
All right.
Yeah.
And Hammers. This slippery gay man took in a stray hamster and almost died. What I learned.
No.
Oh, Hammer wins.
Woof! Woof!
So, Hammer, that's about that stray hamster.
I was leaning Moonshock, but no, Hammer does in fact win.
Yeah.
Oh.
Took this one.
It must
Took
have
in
been a
that
big
stray
hamster.
Beautiful. Mwah.
Yeah. We might as well not even have the poll because Hammer's going to take this one. I'll be actually very surprised if he doesn't get 100% of this vote.
Hammer is going to be amazed as he watches a poll that doesn't end in a tie.
You know, some
There
people
There
voted
you go.
for Terry and I.
Yeah, Min and Terry, 7% of the vote.
Sorry, Jack, but eating razor blades and violating Mexicans just isn't going to do anything for you.
You made a valiant effort.
I
Stop
don't know.
violating Mexicans.
I think I would put Jackson second place.
I just want to point out that you were wrong. There is still a tie in this poll. It's just not
Yeah.
the first.
For
Yeah.
second place.
And also, we have 28 viewers, but only 11 likes. So, yeah, unless you also want helicopter rides, I would hit the like button.
Now we have 8. I'm good.
Who wants a mustache ride?
13.
Wow. Okay, if you gave mustache rides to communists, that would be much different. All right. Well, I think I can end the poll there.
I think so.
Hammer wins with 90%.
Oh god, he
And
took
I
this
got
one.
second place.
Yeah.
Crushing it.
Wait, how does it add up to 98%?
Yeah, I know. I was like, what the hell? dude?
Rounding errors.
Yeah, pretty much.
Go on, get up there, pretty girl.
All right.
Get up here.
It's YouTube math. It's not supposed to add up.
No, it's just a rounding error. It's not
Well, if it was YouTube math, then you would have won, Jack.
yeah.
So Jack wins with 0% of the vote.
Well, no, that just means he's the Democratic nominee. If he's got 0.
Hey, I can't win with 0% of the vote. I'm not Kamala Harris.
Shit.
Hey, maybe if you get Megan the Stallion.
Mm.
To do that retarded dance, like, "Ooh, let me see me spin my ass around. No, vote for Kamala.
Just start talking ghetto. You'll be fine.
Mm.
All right.
I ain't in no ways tired.
And now for our next article.
Wait.
I already clicked it. Oh yeah, your announcement.
It is not indefensible. No, I'm just gonna make it quick. The guys here on the stream already know, and also those people who are on my Discord already know, and those who listen to my streams already know. Anyway, I had a visit with my surgeon on Wednesday, and I got my lab results back. And apparently, the swollen lymph node I had under my arm was about the size of a baseball after they took it out. They also took out 6 other lymph nodes, and the surgeon said that they looked abnormal when they took them out, and they were all expecting them to be positive for spread to them. And what happened was they bisected all of them, and all of them turned out to be negative for spread. So the only place that I had spread was that one big lymph node. All of the other tests that I've taken have also shown no sign of spread. So we can comfortably say that I have now survived cancer for a 3rd time.
So when I'm negative, you grumble at me, but when you're negative, it's a good thing.
Yes. Since you are on the opposite side of the world, I guess I would be positive in Australia. So,
What do lymph nodes do anyway?
they circulate the fluid actually called lymph, and there are many different kinds of lymph nodes. You have axillaries, which are in your armpits. You have sentinels, which are the ones that are the main ones that they go to that divide them amongst other areas. And your lymphatic system is what brings your different kinds of things out to be excreted or absorbed. That's also where your body creates their T cells, or otherwise known as your white blood cells. So,
Is this going to have an impact on that?
no. What it could do is it could give you a condition known as lymphedema, which is a collection of lymph fluid. There is no cure for it, but it can be treated with exercise. And so far, I do not have any sign of that. So everything is looking good.
It can be treated with exercise. The cure sounds worse than the disease.
Well, a lot of times, I mean, for some people who are extremely overweight, not me, they get a regular edema anyways, and that's just a collection of fluid. But with lymphedema, you have your lymph fluid that is actually escaping into your body and creating very swollen areas of the arms, legs, etc. So that's why they say, quote unquote, cure with exercise, because if you lose weight, it can circulate that lymph fluid back around and get it absorbed or excreted that way.
So is that it? You just don't want to exercise, so you have the weight removed through surgery?
No, actually. You cannot have it removed through surgery.
One baseball at a time?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
It's not the cheapest way to lose weight, but
Anyway.
If it works, it works.
Hey, 3
Yes.
3 strikes though.
Yes, and I also wanted to thank everybody who did donate to my fundraiser. You guys helped me and Son out a lot, and we can't thank you enough. And I will ask you, Frosted, to please remove the link, because I don't want anybody else to donate. Consider the fundraiser closed. So again, thank you so much for donating. You guys are fucking awesome, and I couldn't say thank you any more times than I already have.
So I guess what Moonshock is trying to say is, I don't know how to thank you, so I guess I won't.
I do know how to thank you. So consider. Don't make me get emotional. Don't make me get emotional again, motherfuckers. Just let me say thank you without, because Wednesday was a very emotional day for Son and I. Oh, shut up!
Every time I mention her name, she yells from the other room.
I can't even hear what she said.
She's even up one floor too. My mic is that sensitive, but no. Anyway, I'll shut up now. Otherwise, she's going to say something else snarky. But thank you very much, everybody. You guys are fantastic, and I couldn't have done it. Oh, excuse me, we couldn't have done it without you.
And whoever donated the most gets to keep the baseball.
Actually, I think the person that donated the most is on the stream with us.
Yeah. I don't want it.
Yeah, does anybody want to not? Oh, actually, it's funny you should say that, because we actually asked the surgeon to take a picture of it, and he said, sure, no problem. And then that's the one thing he forgot to do. So it's like,
Moon,
and yes, sir.
Moon, I love you, buddy, but I don't want to see your tumor.
You don't want to see this big ass baseball sized lymph node? Come on, man. But thank you, Devil. Thank you. And Grizz, you too, man. But right. So anyway, let us continue with the fun. Nick Rogers.
Right, so Indefensible. Supreme Court overturns bump stock ban. Machine guns are back on the market.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And meat's back on the menu.
I was gonna say back on the menu, boys.
I'm relatively sure that Braniel's gonna die. Please, somebody save my friend.
This is where I'm lucky. I'm not a gun person, so this isn't gonna annoy me the way it's gonna annoy you guys.
All we have is a black and white picture, and it's in chat.
I'm not a gun person either, but
cirrhosis.
I'm not a gun person either, but I support the right to have them.
Yeah, same.
I don't even think that it's the Second Amendment, the fuckery that's about to be in this article that's going to upset Braniel the most. It's the fact that they're going to refer to a bump stock as something that turns a gun into a machine gun.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
In their most poorly reasoned decision since the repeal of Roe v. Wade, the rogue and unhinged United States Supreme Court has now overturned a Trump-era executive order prohibiting the use of bump stocks, effectively legalizing the sale and ownership of machine guns. Bump stocks are a household firearm.
You guys, I'm gonna go out and purchase us some AK-15s.
No, get the AK-47. You get more AKs that way.
Yeah. Excuse me, it's Arkansas 15.
And the AR totally means automatic rifle,
No, it's
assault rifle.
Oh,
yeah.
Excuse me, assault rifle. Yeah.
Definitely not Armalite rifle.
It's an assault rifle 15 because you buy one and it comes with 15 bullets.
And
the picture looks like a school shooter.
It comes with 15 assaults.
And the chainsaw bayonet attachment.
You need that. That.
All right. Bump stocks are
the chainsaw combat knife, like in Hot Shots Part 2. You had to pull.
It's been a while since I've seen that one.
I know. I'm old.
Let's see. Bump stocks are a household firearm modification designed to increase the rate of fire of semi-automatic rifles, closer to that of a typical machine gun. Whereas semi-automatic weapons are intended to fire only a single bullet with every pull of the trigger, the installation of a bump stock enables a continuous firing cycle without any added effort by the shooter.
Yeah, because I'm sure it's totally easy to fire a gun with a bump stock.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Really?
Oh yeah, very easy.
Well, yeah, but doesn't it make your accuracy nothing?
It depends, but it's more difficult. But it's not on a scale of 1 to 10. Firing a weapon is a 10. It's easy. A bump stock is a 9. It's not that much different.
For years, these modifications were used to bypass federal laws prohibiting the sale of fully automatic machine guns. The most notorious example of their use was in the disastrous 2017 Las Vegas massacre, where a gunman perched inside a hotel used modified weaponry to rain terror on nearby concert-goers attending a country music festival, killing 61 people and injuring hundreds more. But we will never know why he did it.
Fear mongering. The terror, the reigning of terror. It's so terrible. The terror is. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Depending on the gun in question and the quality of the modification, weapons fitted with a bump stock can achieve rates of fire between 400 and 800 rounds per minute. In response to the Las Vegas shooting, the Trump administration banned their ownership back in 2018 through an executive order amending existing regulations. Oh, and we even got a somewhat suggestive GIF. All right.
Ooh.
In yet another 6-3 decision, every Republican-appointed justice ruled in favor of overturning Trump's ban, whereas every Democrat-appointed justice dissented. Writing with the majority opinion, far-right Justice Clarence Thomas argued that a traditionally semi-automatic firearm equipped with a bump stock device does not meet the classification of a machine gun under federal law. A bump stock does not convert a semi-automatic rifle into a machine gun any more than a shooter with a lightning-fast trigger finger, he argued.
Correct.
No, he's far right, so that's not true. As you might have...
He's not just right, he's far right, so that means extremely correct.
Yeah. I didn't see him on White Dudes for Harris. Right.
Yeah.
As you might have come to expect from the clown show otherwise known as the Roberts Court, this couldn't be any more ignorant or disingenuous. According to 26 USC 5845B, federal law categorizes a machine gun as any weapon which shoots, is designed to shoot, or can be readily restored to shoot automatically more than one shot, without manual reloading by a single function of the trigger. Sounds like the exact definition of any semi-automatic weapon fitted with a bump stock.
No.
No.
As long as you ignore the definition.
Yeah.
As long as you ignore that every time a bullet is fired, the trigger is pulled. Every single time. That's the purpose of a bump stock. It is a mechanism that allows you to pull the trigger faster.
No, it's a machine gun. Like if you have a bump stock, that's the same as having a AK-47.
Yeah.
Likewise, the same statute also recognizes any part designed and intended solely and exclusively, or combination of parts designed and intended, for the use in converting a weapon into a machine gun. Again, I don't know how to make this any more obvious. Prior to ratifications made to include machine gun-style modifications, the initial classification of machine guns was passed under the National Firearms Act of 1934, almost a century ago. According to the ATF website, this legislation was a direct response to gang violence, as the regulations pertained directly to machine guns, silencers, and sawed-off shotguns. Of course, the stereotypical weapon of choice by 1930s-era gangsters was none other than the legendary Thompson submachine gun, better known as the
I was hoping they were going to say Fatboy Slim. I was hoping they were going to say Fatboy
Slim. Better known as the Tommy gun, or Chicago typewriter. That's a cool nickname. All right. Depending on the variant, this weapon could fire between 600 and 800 rounds per minute. Exactly the same rate of fire as most modern assault rifles fitted with bump stocks. Technically speaking, yes, as opposed to a fully automatic machine gun, a weapon fitted with a bump stock still only fires each singular bullet from each pull of the trigger.
Yes.
But apart from that...
Yeah. So,
aside from that thing that totally disqualifies my argument...
Sure, technically I'm wrong, but... critically, however, the shooter only has to pull back the trigger once to begin a continuous firing cycle, where the recoil automatically resets the weapon, making these guns functionally indistinguishable. Therefore, one can rightfully argue that Thomas's majority opinion is both factually inaccurate and against the spirit of the law.
Okay, is firing a bump stock the same as firing a gun with a bump stock the same as firing a machine gun? Is it?
No. No.
No.
No.
I mean, sure.
That's all it is. No.
I mean, sure. If you want to be technical, Jack, come on. When I see a bird that walks like a duck, swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, I call that bird a duck. Dissented Liberal Justice Sonia Sotomayor. A bump stock equipped semi-auto. A bump stock equipped.
I wouldn't trust Justice Sotomayor to identify a duck, much less anything else.
But I would trust it to identify a tree from quite a long way away, as long as it was the larch.
A bump stock equipped semi-automatic rifle fires automatically more than one shot without manual reloading by a single function of the trigger. Because like Congress.
We just established that it doesn't.
Okay, let's get even more technical with this. What does the word automatic mean? It means automated. Means the process is done without human intervention.
Look, do we have to go through...
The person needs to be firing the trigger in order for a bump stock to work.
You need to be firing the trigger for an automatic to work.
Do we have to go through the duck thing again?
It's the finger is the thing that is actually pulling the trigger. That is human intervention necessary in order for the bump stock to actually function.
I'm just saying the definition is wrong because holding the trigger down is still a human interaction.
That's
whatever.
Because I, like Congress, call that a machine gun, I respectfully dissent. I shouldn't have to spell out how dangerous and downright insane today's ruling is. With this decision, the Supreme Court has now effectively legalized weapons that are far more lethal than the Tommy guns the law in question initially banned almost 100 years ago. Whenever a bump stock equipped mass shooter next brutalizes a kindergarten or peaceful country music festival with what is now a fully legal weapon, Clarence Thomas and the rest of the far-right justices on the Roberts Court will have blood on their hands. That's if they didn't already.
Ooh.
Furthermore...
The thing is, you know blood washes off, right? Like, if you've got blood on your hands, you can just go wash them with soap and it'll be fine.
Well, it depends. Pontius Pilate can, but Lady Macbeth can't. So it depends who you are. Wait, was it Lady Macbeth or just Macbeth? I forget.
I don't know. I'm not a Shakespearean scholar.
Furthermore, their decision is even more extreme than the opinion held by many Republicans and even some members of the NRA on the issue. Although the factually bankrupt mainstream media is already spinning this as how today's ruling is bad for Biden, I must remind readers that the law being repealed was originally amended by Trump's Attorney General back in 2018. Neither Biden nor Democrats had any responsibility for the now defunct executive order in question. Okay, it was Lady Macbeth. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember the out damn spot thing. I prefer Julius Caesar, though. Right. Again, this was a unilateral action signed by Trump without the consent of Congress. One that... Wait, do you like the bump stock ban or no? One that ordered guns and accessories to be seized and destroyed. Something you would hardly expect to see from a GOP president bankrolled by the NRA. What, do you like Trump now? I don't know, I'm getting mixed messages here. It goes to show just how fundamental this particular issue is. For all the fear-mongering there is about Joe Brandon and the Democrats are gonna steal my guns, this person doesn't know how right-wingers talk. Trump, their own guy, actually did it. In any case, whether these measures are enforced by a Democratic or Republican president, the far-right Supreme Court won't stand for any common-sense gun restrictions, no matter how logical they are.
Well, I mean, they're not allowed to. The Constitution is, like, their job is to uphold the Constitution. The Constitution says you can't, so...
No, they're supposed to make rulings based on what we like.
Oh, sorry. I misunderstood.
Yeah. Is someone, like, picking their teeth or something? It sounds like someone's flossing or some shit.
Man, what are you doing?
It's not me. I had my mic muted.
Like the dance move, or?
Oh God.
It couldn't have been me. I've had my mic muted for like the last 5 minutes.
I don't know then. I don't know what Jack's hearing.
They've gone so rogue that their decisions are becoming even more extreme than the positions held by the man who appointed them. This is another stark reminder that elections have consequences. In 2016, people thought that their protest vote against Clinton would just be for laughs. But in reality...
They did.
I'm still laughing.
Yeah. But in reality, their votes appointed the most radical and extreme Supreme Court the nation has ever seen. But, I mean, you once had a Supreme Court that approved Plessy versus Ferguson. I feel like that's a little more extreme. I don't know. One that will likely remain mostly unchanged for the next several decades. Similarly, people's ignorance of down-ballot elections has left us with a Congress unwilling to take the necessary steps to defend our rights and protect us from gun violence using more permanent solutions. If today's news angers you, as I believe it should, I encourage you to take the appropriate steps later this November. The last thing we need is another 4 years of Trump-appointed Supreme Court justices. Try to stay safe out there. Support me on Ko-Fi.
Yeah.
Devilfruit Zero says, shall not be infringed. People talk about that line a lot, but I still think that the key words in that line are the right of the people. The people is the operative words in the... It doesn't say the militia. It says the right of the people.
But they say well-regulated militia.
There's a caveat to that, because militia... in the day when this
Hammer,
was written,
are you just trying to contradict me on everything tonight? What the fuck? Come on.
It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with what's going on. In the day that this was written, back in when the Constitution was put together and the amendments were put together, a militia was a group of people who were not paid by the government to help defend the country. That's what the militia was. Basically, citizens.
Yeah.
I mean, just reading the Second Amendment, from what I've been able to see of it, it's just like, because we need a militia, the people are allowed to have guns, is the gist of it.
And
there's no confusion.
Funny. It's kind of funny because it's basically illegal to have a militia in this day and age, or at least it's de facto illegal.
Yeah.
Because every time a militia forms, the government's like, look at the militia! Ah!
Yeah, the wording of the Second Amendment, by my reading, was you need a militia, therefore people can have guns.
Yes.
Wow, there's actually a relatively informed person in the comments saying that they're making their decisions based on the Constitution.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
Rotten also pointed out the fact that you can have an automatic weapon right now. Today, you can. You can't create a new one, but you can. If they're already on the market, you can buy it. If you have enough money and you pass regulations from the government, you can own an automatic weapon today.
It has to be made before 1980 something or other. There's a specific condition, but yeah.
That's lame. I want new ones.
They're about the same price as a mortgage on your house, but you could do it.
All right. And with the end of the third article comes the second game, which is for the chat only, boobs.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the Caption Contest, where I show a photo of a political figure event, and the chat has come up with a caption for it. And whichever one we like best, I'll tweet out after the show. So this week, of course, we have to have a shot from White Dudes for Harris.
I knew it. I knew this was coming.
Bridges? Is it a picture of Jeff Bridges?
No, it's the guy who hosted. The guy who just oozes estrogen.
I thought for sure you'd go with Jeff Bridges just to piss Moon off.
He might change his mind.
He looks like God picked up this man between his thumb and forefinger in the middle of his head.
It's caved in on each side.
He's got the man bun, the problem glasses. This looks like a character that the Daily Wire would design to like as a joke.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hassan Piker and Whiteface.
Why is it that leftists always look like freakazoids? Sorry.
Hasidic hipsters for Harris. Let's see. While I am hosting, my wife is fucking the black pool guy. Okay, tier we're looking for captions. Yeah. All right. I voted Harris before it was cool. I put my hair up like Kumala. My butt plug told me vote Harris. I wish I was cool as Jeff Bridges. Yeah, you're just pandering to the moon vote. Where's my hamster? Has anyone found my balls? Kamala. Let's see. We Kakistanis want to be domed by Mama Kamala. Please step on me, mommy.
That's way too long.
Also, I don't want to read that again.
No.
Lemmy Winks just found his way into my small intestines. Do you want to build a soy man? Yeah, give it a couple more seconds. I'm doing my best to get my wife and her boyfriend to vote for Kamala too. My cheese pizza collection makes the FBI's look small. Alright, I think I'll stop it there. So, what do you guys think?
I've got to give it to Grizilla. Just, where's my hamster? Simple to the point.
Yeah.
Agreed.
To be very honest, none of them were that great.
True. I as soon as I saw Grizilla's, I was like, okay, that's something I can actually vote for.
Alright, Hammer?
Yeah, I'll probably go with Chris as well.
Yeah, I'll probably agree. Alright, so it looks like Grizilla wins this week. So I'll just copy that down.
I think gerbil would have been better, but hamster will do.
I don't even know the difference between the two. I think they're the same animal.
Gerbils are smaller.
Yeah. Well, you gotta shove both in your ass so you know the difference.
Maybe Richard Gere can do a TED talk on.
In that case, maybe gerbils aren't smaller.
Alright, but before we get to our next article, speaking of the white dudes for Harris, as you may have seen, they have their own official hat.
Oh, nice.
Where you can show your lack of testosterone. But you see,
$20? Fuck that.
But you see, I thought it would be better to show, because Kamala has her very own special way of getting people to join her side. So I thought it would be better to have a way of supporting her special way of campaigning without having to deal with the consequences. Which is why now on the corner store we have Tide Tubes for Harris.
Yeah.
I like it.
Make sure that she doesn't have to get pregnant as she's spreading the word and her legs. And also for all her female supporters, make sure they never reproduce.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, so we have a hat and a sticker. And those will be available starting tonight. All right. And now on to our third article. I got good news, guys. But we got a new N-word.
Oh, nice. Is nice the new N-word? Because I hope it's not nice.
No. DEI is the new N-word.
Oh, okay. That doesn't even start with an N. They totally fucked that up.
Yeah. At the very least, you're willing to say DEI, but you're not willing to say nigger. So obviously you don't think they're the same.
Well, this is a black dude.
There was a comedian who made that same point.
Yeah, that was that was
John Mulaney.
John Mulaney, that's right, about
Yeah,
the
'cause-
midgets.
Yeah. See, if the article name was DEI is the new nigger, then I'd have a little
would
more
make sense.
respect. Or
Oh,
the D
Lordy.
word is the new N word.
Or diversity is the nigger of the world, or whatever.
My
That's-
God.
So, I mean, using this logic, I guess we should just start calling her nigger. I don't know.
This
I
guy's
I mean,
got-
I'm on board.
He's got such a douchebag looking face. Here you go. Wait, let me make sure. Okay, yeah. There you go. He's got such a douchebaggy looking smile. You just want to punch him upside the head.
Oh, yeah.
That's the kind of smile that'll swindle somebody out of a bunch of money.
Yes, that's the reason I want to punch him. Nothing else.
That's the look of, he just flopped his dick out and he's like, what do you think?
Or he sat on somebody and farted. He's like, hee.
All right. Republicans call Harris every name under the sun. Well, that didn't
Wait,
take
are you
long.
going to insinuate that Democrats are above name calling?
Well, I think the
Please.
point is going to be by calling her the DEI hire, which I think Trump did. He may as well have called her a nigger.
Actually, Biden was the first one to call her a DI hire
Yeah.
because he said, "I'm going to hire a black woman."
Yeah.
That's what he said before he picked her. So whoever he picked was going to be a DEI hire, no matter what anyone else says.
True.
Nah,
Well, that is if you recognize the definition of DEI. But DEI, the thing is that Democrats treat words as amorphous blobs that have emotional weight attached to them. So
Oh.
DEI back then was a fine term to use, but DEI today now has negative emotional weight, so now it's a bad word to use.
Man, if you just rearrange the letters, then the title of this article could have been Die Nigger.
I agree.
It's Vice President Kamala Harris has been the Democratic presidential nominee for less than 48 hours, and the racist insults are already raining in. We shouldn't be surprised because, after all, this is the GOP. White nationalism is their thing. Tucker Carlson, fired
No.
from...
You're the guys who just came out with white dudes for Harris.
Yeah.
Oh, come,
I don't
when,
see any of that shit coming from Republicans.
Come on, when has anything bad ever come from white Democrats organizing in a large group?
Never.
White nationalism is their thing. Tucker Carlson, fired from Fox News Channel for being too batshit crazy and racist, was a featured speaker at the Republican National Convention. And they made former President Donald Trump their standard bearer with his covertly racist slogan, "Make America Great Again." They're talking about the
very
1950s. Well, they're talking about the 50s. The only thing that happened then was racism.
Yes.
we
Anything
go
that
back to
anything
the
that
50s?
happened in the land before time is racist. It's all racist.
Even when Littlefoot was eating tree stars? Was
That's
that
right.
racist?
Even when that little fucking dinosaur was a fucking dinosaur.
Man, I never knew.
It's
I loved
like-
that movie as a kid.
I know. That whole that movie is Triumph of the Will, Frosted.
Oh. So is the T-Rex a Jew?
They made 10. Braniel informs me they made 10 of those. 10 Triumphs of the Will.
Damn, we only got one of the other.
And I just want to say that I'm very impressed by Mr. Itforge in chat. If he's been in 10 movies, that's pretty good. And he's triumphed in all of them. 10 triumphs, pretty good.
Yeah. I guess I shouldn't complain, because as a blogger, it gives me a never-ending source of material. Unfortunately, the GOP and white nationalism go together like apple pie and ice cream. Knowing the GOP, its makeup, and what it stands for, it shouldn't be surprising having a black/Asian woman as the Democratic presidential nominee would send them into racist overdrive. Here are a few recent comments. Several Republicans have lobbed the DEI insult at Harris. DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion, and to Republicans it's the worst thing since the suffragette movement. I don't know. Not completely wrong. DEI is the new N-word, and Republicans are using it liberally. Senator Tommy Tuberville, that's a made-up name, the third dumbest person...
Maybe he's the guy who invented that Tuber Christmas that Jack likes so much.
Tuber Christmas?
Yeah, remember when he...
No, Tuba Christmas. Terry is referencing Tuba Christmas.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't involve potatoes or anything?
No.
The third dumbest person in Congress.
I mean, I've seen some of the people that play at it, but no.
There you go.
Called Harris a DEI hire, and of course a socialist. Megyn Kelly, fired from NBC for wearing blackface, again brought up Harris's relationship with former California Speaker Willie Brown. Kelly said Harris slept her way to the top. They dated briefly while Brown was separated from his wife, and to Republicans this makes her a fallen woman. But that dog won't
I just want
hunt.
to point out something in chat. Devil Fruit Zero says Republicans got women to vote. Then I do not support them.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Megyn Kelly was fired from NBC for wearing blackface.
Really? Didn't she say that like one Halloween or whatever she was like some music artist or something, so she like browned her face or something? Like she was
but that's not why she was fired though. She was fired because she defended somebody else about something. She didn't wear blackface. She was defending somebody else who did. I think that was the actual reason. She said, "What was wrong with wearing whatever Hollywood or whatever costume you wanted?" I think is what she said, but she didn't wear anything.
Yeah. Well, either way, it was unjustified.
Yeah.
That's okay. The last thing they want in the Trump era is to bring up family values. Trump's tawdry personal life, which includes cheating on all 3 wives, banging porn stars, and lusting after his daughter, makes Harris look like a saint. Caucasian, please.
I don't think anyone's pretending that Trump is a good person.
Also, the difference is Trump didn't sleep with people to get where he is.
True.
If anything, sleeping around has hurt him.
True.
All right. In a Washington Post article, a Trump voter said he wouldn't hire Harris for an entry-level position. Never mind that she's a law school graduate, was California Attorney General, and a U.S. Senator. But apparently that's not qualified enough for some white people. Racist much? And black white supremacist Candace Owens outdid herself with the racism.
I like black white supremacist.
Yeah. It pains me to write about Owens because she made her fortune by bashing black people. This is her shtick. She's an African-American version of Ann Coulter. But unlike Coulter, Owens doesn't have sex with black men in secret. Owens dragged herself up from the gutter to drop this epithet. She called Harris uppity.
How dare she?
What does uppity even mean, anyway? I don't know. Yes, she actually said that. What would Republicans do if they didn't have people like Owens to make the racist comments that they can't say?
Oh, just hire me. I'll say them.
But I thought they were saying these things. Okay. FNC goon Jesse Waters dropped this gem of wisdom. He said Harris hadn't earned her position compared to Trump, a self-made billionaire. This is
well, that's just factual.
Yeah.
I mean, even if we're ignoring the fact that there wasn't a single Democrat that actually voted for her, because she wasn't actually voted into her current area. She was picked in the last election. Nobody voted for her. She was polling at 2%. So she didn't really earn that either.
There's no room for voting when you're trying to save democracy.
She is the ultimate candidate that nobody asked for. How on earth can you say that she earned a goddamn thing?
I don't know. She sucked a lot of dick.
I guess so.
She sucked the right dick. I don't know. I don't know what dick this woman sucked, other than Willie Brown's. But holy shit, this is the pinnacle of like. This must be the most important dick in the universe. She sucked it.
It still makes me laugh that his name is Willie Brown. That is just like
it's hilarious.
That is
it's perfect
on the nose.
That guy should be selling his cock on Craigslist or something.
He has the Midas dick. Everything he touches turns into a president.
Yeah. Well, the last chick who was bouncing on this is a presidential candidate. Come one, come all. Come one, come all. All right. This is laughable. Anybody with access to Google knows Trump isn't self-made and he's not a billionaire. That's part of his fake persona. Trump was born into a wealthy family and inherited millions from his father, Fred Trump, the real financial genius. Because of his poor business acumen, Donald Trump has gone bankrupt several times and lost billions of dollars. He's also hugely in debt. If you want financial advice, talk to real self-made billionaires such as Jay-Z and Mark Cuban. Trump is the antithesis of a self-made billionaire. Also,
he didn't financially leverage himself from going to not having billions of dollars to having billions of dollars.
No, that just happens naturally. Money like multiplies like triples, you know. Also, Trump propagandist Kellyanne Conway raised her well-worn head to hit Harris with a double punch of racist insults. She said Harris didn't speak well and was not a hard worker. Read lazy. Alright, so apparently black people don't speak well and aren't hard workers.
Right. I mean, true.
Well, according to the author here.
I hate to agree with this person, but I mean, sometimes a stopped clock is right twice a day, you know.
Why not accuse her of being on food stamps too? Again, this is laughable. Her former boss spent half the time watching TV and fighting people on Twitter when he was in the White House. Harris would have to work hard to match Trump's sloth. These attacks against Harris have no basis in reality. At this stage, Republicans might as well accuse her of being a dragon rider or having Bigfoot's baby. Like the chicken Night of the Demon. The one who was raped by Bigfoot. Huh, I didn't know she was in that.
Cool.
Those insults are no more nonsensical than the ones I just listed. Mika Brzezinski, co-host of MSNBC's Morning Joe, pushed back against these comments. She said they made the GOP look bad. They can't see beyond themselves, but to run against Kamala Harris, who is accomplished, who is a black woman, I think they're going to bump into walls. Let's put it that way, along the way as they try to run against her, said Brzezinski. The Republicans, the right-wing media, I was watching some yesterday making fun of her voice. I mean, we're talking middle school stuff. A word to the wise Republicans. A group of privileged, mainly white men ganging up against a black woman isn't a good look. But neither is having a... But neither... no, you're supposed to have a bunch of black men ganging up on a white girl, judging by the meme.
That is also true.
Yeah. But neither is having a senile, racist felon as the party leader. Republicans are still doing both.
I like how they're trying to paint Trump as senile.
Yeah. That is the ultimate projection. And I love how racist this is. Just the calling her dumb or unqualified or all that stuff, that just translates to black.
Yeah.
Apparently you have very low opinion of black people.
It's amazing. It's though every single insult a Republican has somehow translates in the Democrat mind to black person.
Yeah.
I mean, they're also inherently violent. That's why comparing them to orcs, like if you put orcs in your fantasy game, they're basically just black people, according to the left.
Yeah.
But don't worry, guys. The white people are really pulling for Kamala Harris.
Hmm.
I wonder if they're ever going to run another white person again, because they know that they can fall back on this whenever it's a minority of some kind.
They'd be stupid if they did. I mean, they should always run black women. A disabled black lesbian would be like perfect.
And also, I think that Kamala's voice is irritating, but I don't think it's irritating enough. I think that they need to find someone more grating and unlikable.
And if they ever find a black woman who is actually qualified, we're doomed.
Oh, they
All
won't.
right.
Oh, don't worry. Even if they found one, they wouldn't run her. And even if they found one, she would probably just be a Republican.
All right. Well, at the end of the 4th article, I guess, comes the final game. And that is Poe or No Gender Edition.
Excellent.
No.
Oh yes.
Yes.
No is the answer.
Where I give you...
Has no one actually thought to answer the question of this very game? No, the answer is no.
If it's on the wiki, it's real. They wouldn't lie to us, Jack.
If he's asking Poe or no, and I'm saying no.
If there's anything I've learned from dating, it's don't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
This is where I give you 3 genders, 2 of which are from the LGBTIA wiki, meaning they're 100% real, and 1 I made up, and you have to figure out which one is made up. And I'll even give you a short description of each one. Alright, so gender A, desktop fluid.
Ugh.
That just sounds wrong.
Look, don't use on your desk, okay? It's just not a good idea.
Oh, I want that one to be real, just so the flag is just as nasty as the word.
Got a cum stain on the flag.
Yes.
And yes, Grzillo, we've had supernatural genders. It's xenogender for people who change their desktop wallpapers often.
Yeah.
Alright, gender
Definitely
B,
not me.
snake valentinic.
What?
Xenogender connected to snakes and Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Alright. And gender C, anthropoverbic. Gender related to talking to inanimate objects or the desire to talk to inanimate objects.
Frosted, I hate you.
Technically, I talk to the microphone, like I'm doing right now. So maybe that's my new gender. Maybe I'm anthropoverbic because I talk to a microphone.
So you'd have to drop 60 FPS plus.
No. You can have multiple genders. I'm sure.
Yeah. Yes, you can. Polygendered.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll start a poll for the chat so they can vote on which one's fake, and don't forget one of the options is that they're all real.
I can't say A is fake because I want it to be real. So.
Yeah.
All right, so Jack.
I wasn't listening, so I'm gonna say B.
There you go.
I'm going to say B also.
All right.
As you in the audience may have gathered, I'm a little bit out of it this evening.
Oh well.
Well, then you need to get
I
back
will
into
go
it.
A.
Did everybody get tumors removed this week?
Yeah.
Oh, you ass.
What'd you say, Terry, for your answer?
I'll go A.
Okay, and Hammer?
I guess I'll be the difference. I'll go with C, anthropoverbic.
All right. Let's see. Chat is going all real, but with B in
Well,
second.
what does Braniel say?
Braniel wishes to decline, I think.
Man, what have we done to Braniel over all this time?
This show has removed about 10 years from Braniel's expected life.
Oh, well.
Braniel is suffering. Save Braniel from his misery.
For the price of
I'm
a cup of
begging you.
coffee a day.
Yeah.
we need like the Ferris Bueller save Ferris on the water tower. We need save Braniel.
Alright, let's see. Yeah, all real is has a commanding lead with B in
It
second.
usually does. It almost always wins in the audience poll.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
because our audience is too wimpy to vote for an actual answer.
Well, sometimes D is the right answer. So I mean,
Well, it's occasionally the right answer, but Frosted does a pretty good job at keeping it all mixed up.
Yeah.
Keeping
A lot
it
of the ti-
unpredictable.
A lot of the times I go with all real when I'm too lazy to come up with a fake one.
yeah, I kind of assumed that's what it would be.
It's kind of funny that the laziness comes in to play for creating a fake one rather than finding the real ones.
Well, he's got an entire wiki. All he's got to do is just pull from that.
It's
Random
fun.
page. Hold on, Frosted. How many times it's like right before the show, you don't have any time, you didn't come up with anything, and so you just hit random page several times until you get something.
What I do is I go to the wiki every now and then, look for ones that sound like they would be good, and I put them into a note app in my phone.
So
So I have a-
basically, you have like Death Note, but for shitty genders.
So I have a list of ones that would be decent. You know, I don't pick the boring ones or the incomprehensible ones.
Hmm.
All right, let's see. So I think I can end it there. So all real with B in second. All right, and the answer
I don't
is.
care about B or C. I just want A to be real.
Yeah.
Why are you so fascinated with A?
Because I want to see the flag if that one is real. And if it's just a couple of fucking colored bars, I'm going to be very angry.
Okay. Now I want that to happen so that Moon gets angry.
It'll be a couple of bars inside a TV tube.
He's gonna be
LCD
pissed.
screen.
He's gonna be pissed when it's a keyboard with like a big dong on it.
That would not surprise me.
All right, and the answer is C is fake.
Hey!
Hammer
Yeah,
wins.
only Hammer got it.
Wait. My new gender doesn't exist. I feel very insulted, sir.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
just picked C because no one else did.
Who did the opposite of all those tests that they ran in the 60s? Or was it 60s or 70s? Where they had the people they picked the wrong answers intentionally so that the one person would go along with them.
I know the experiment you're talking about.
Yeah. Hammer did the opposite of that.
I'm just thinking of the old adage: when in doubt, vote C.
Okay.
I thought that the old adage was when in doubt, just whip it out.
Pick C.
All right, and unfortunately, both the flags are pretty boring. There's desktop fluid, which doesn't even really
What
make
the
sense.
That looks like the flag somebody just dimmed down, and it's like some kind of Middle Eastern flag.
It looks like, I don't know, upside down Peter Griffith.
That's like a bad Four Horsemen of the apocalypse.
The last thing you want from a flag is for it to remind you of Family Guy. All right.
He does have a point, though.
And here's a Snake Valentinic, which also doesn't make sense.
You know what you need to do, Frosted? Make a new one for desktop fluid.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you mean I'm not allowed in your schools anymore?
So you know exactly what he means.
Alright. But of course, that's not all.
It looks like an Atari 2600 flag, exactly.
We also have Porno Gender Edition 2 Retarded for TV.
Oh, please tell me it's Palestine gender.
Yeah.
And I'm going to slowly reveal bits about it and see how long it takes you guys to figure out what this gender is about.
Okay.
All right, so the name is pretty ordinary. It's Christine gender.
Oh God.
Does it look like a car that wants to murder somebody?
I was trying to think of what the movie Christine was about, but yeah.
It sounds ordinary, but what is the definition, Frosted?
Well, that's what we've got to guess.
All right, and now we'll show you the flag.
Looks like Norway. Almost.
It looks like the design for a polo that I might wear.
You saying that is going to be funny once you find out what this is.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, you son of a bitch. No. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. No, 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 no.
Did you figure it out,
No,
Jack?
I wouldn't wear that polo. I wouldn't wear that polo. No, I swear to God, I wouldn't.
Did you figure it out, Jack?
I know what it is now. I know what it is. Ah!
Okay, let's.
Christian.
It's Chris Chan.
Who the fuck is Chris Chan?
The Sonic Shoe guy.
Xenogender related to transgender internet personality Christine Weston Chandler, aka
damn it!
Chris Chan.
You son of a bitch!
Hey, that was
glad I don't pay attention to that shit.
Hey, that was an unforced error, Jack. I did not make you
It
do
really
that.
was.
I know, but
really
god
was.
damn it!
Yeah, I'm just looking at this one. I expected it to be related to the movie, and I'm like, Christine Chandler.
God.
That sounds familiar.
Damn
like,
it!
Oh.
I figured it out as I was saying it, and I said, "Oh shit,
Nah.
I fucked up."
Chat got it pretty easily as well. If you look in chat, there's a lot of people who said it was Chris Chan.
Yeah, I never heard of this guy until it came out what he did. But
He
it,
ruined that polo forever. No one can ever wear that color polo again.
I don't even
that
know
is
what he
actually.
did.
Is that
Besides-
actually the pattern on the polo shirt? Sorry, Terry. Go ahead.
Yes.
what were you saying, Terry?
Go ahead, Terry. Terry was going to say something.
I don't even know what he did besides make that stupid Sonichu medallion that everyone is freaking out about.
Oh.
He
No,
raped his
that's pretty much
mom.
it.
Ew, did he really?
Yes.
What?
He raped his mom.
Yeah.
But it's
Lovely.
okay
And-
because he's trans now.
Oh, whatever.
And
dude.
his mom had what was it? Not Parkinson's. The dementia, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, if
Like, she
it was
was-
Parkinson's, that would be good because it means less work on his part. He just
So obviously, my comment makes me want to vomit now.
Oh man, I'm gonna listen to that part back a few
Mrs.
times.
Gunsky, if you're watching this, you'd better leave the house right now.
Yeah.
Yes, his next article is going to be about nothing but Chris Chan, just for you.
A boy's best friend is his mother.
Jack just
You
is a
fucker.
big fan of creating intergenerational wealth. That's fine.
Aw.
I love how that little joke just slowly it dawned on you and the horror
Yeah.
set in.
I was like, no.
And you know the great part is it always with most of the genders it'll say what date it was coined. This one was made this year after he raped his mother.
Oh God.
Oh god. Why would you want to identify as this man? Why? Of any, you looked at yourself in the mirror and you said to yourself, you know what I look like today? A mom rapist.
I don't know if you know this, but a lot of the people on that site are morally dubious. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I'm gonna grape you in the mouth.
That is so fucked up, man.
I am
Wait,
so
Stu
gonna.
is saying that his mother was elderly. Is that true?
Well, it's gotta be
Yes,
older
his
than
mother
him.
was
Oh.
elderly, and I'm pretty sure she had dementia or
Oh,
some sort of
God.
degenerative
Yeah.
disease.
Some kind of mental disability.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
And Shia wants
his-
someone to clip me saying I'm gonna grape you in the mouth.
I am gonna go back and listen to Jack's reaction a few times after this. that was beautiful.
Gives him pleasure.
That was
Frosted, you know I may be fucked in the head, but so are you, motherfucker.
Make it a YouTube short for you there, Frosted.
that was a chef's kiss. All right. Okay, and now on for our last article. Do any of you guys have any friends or family who aren't very political? Like they might call themselves apolitical. Just not really interested in
Kinda.
politics.
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right. Well,
No,
I got
actually.
I got bad news because they're retarded.
I'll be sure to let them know.
Oh, this is that V Grail person. Okay.
Apoliticism is a mental disability.
I will let them know.
Well, let's see. My idiot mother and stepfather, they voted for Biden because he wasn't Trump. That was their reason for it. So yeah, I guess
I mean,
It's the reason for
retardation.
most. It's the reason for most Biden voters.
Yeah.
I mean,
wasn't Trump.
it's true. Biden is not Trump, so I mean, it was a valid reason.
Yeah.
It was a logical
Yeah.
reason. I don't know how valid
Yeah.
it was, but
Yeah, when I was watching the coverage of the White Dudes for Harris, like they talked more about Trump's past impositions than they did about Harris.
Yes.
And 99% of the time it was just black woman.
Yeah,
And from what I understand, Biden, when he did these freed people, he actually boarded the wrong plane.
yeah.
He
When
actually
he-
went onto the plane that the hostages came off of.
When he did what?
Apparently there were some hostages that were freed, and Biden welcomed them on the tarmac. This is when dipshit made that speech too. But apparently Biden went and boarded the plane that the hostages came off of.
So they took him back as a hostage?
I guess, but he went onto the wrong plane, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, we are getting closer and closer to Mr. Magoo territory.
No, we're there.
Yeah, there's
I
actually
think
a
we've been there
video
for
of
a
it,
few
too.
years.
No. The thing is that Mr. Magoo usually he haplessly walks into good luck somehow, whereas Joe Biden just walks into a wall.
Well, he
Yeah, he-
always does that pointing thing too. Like,
Yeah, he's-
is this the way?
He's Mr. Magoo mixed with Jar Jar Binks.
Misa
the best one is still Shane Gillis's. He's a Roomba.
Yeah.
That's still the best one.
Yes, I
What
know
the-
that one.
in the shuffling that he does whenever he walks, he always walks like he's got a stick up his ass.
I mean,
It's like, "Hey, look,
he
turn this way."
he needed to be helped down from the stage after the debate. And the stage was like 3 steps up.
Yeah.
All right. And for those who don't remember, this is Va Grail, the one who introduced us to Ship.
Mm.
Oh, so your favorite writer then, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, not my
Well, I
favorite,
mean,
but
new favorite after the other one got Steinberg got kicked off the site.
yeah, she
It was truly a dark day in the corner's history.
she was
Yeah.
too good for this site. And
Apparently so.
there were articles that from her that we didn't even get to yet. I should have archived them.
Mm.
All right. So, from this article's title, it may seem I am accusing people who claim to be apolitical of mental disability, with the goal of
It does, yes.
with the goal of transferring
No.
stigma.
Wait, is the author going to claim that nobody is actually apolitical unless you actually have a mental disability, in which case you are not able to comprehend politics?
Well,
I
the
don't know.
thing
We'll
is,
have to find out.
Does Ship have a political idea? You know.
Well,
does-
we asked Ship, and Ship responded Ship. So
Yeah.
make of that what you will.
So would ship be ship gender?
Ship.
And don't forget to vote Glass Ship 2024.
If I had a vote, I would.
Yes.
Well,
Well, since illegals are allowed to vote, Terry, I guess maybe we should give you a ballot too.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll fill it in. I'll mail it. What they do with it, I cannot. I cannot speculate.
for the last time, Terry, you cannot vote for shapes.
No, that's close to shit. Give me a break.
All right, let's see.
So Terry, when you're no longer able to run beside Ham Sandwich, will it be Ham Sandwich Shapes 2028?
There you go. That is a ticket I can endorse.
it's just a plate with the sandwich and chips on it, and then it wins, and then Terry just picks it up and just starts casually eating it.
And the Secret Service tackles him.
Yeah, they're trying to consume the president.
Let's see. Okay, it may seem I am accusing people who claim to be apolitical of mental disability, with the goal of transferring stigma against disabled people to political centrists, but that's not what's going on here. I think most people who claim to be apolitical are lying or wrong.
Well, Jack was right.
And furthermore, that they are appropriating the experiences of a vulnerable minority of disabled people who deserve more respect than what they are currently being given.
Well, technically, I am a disabled person.
Hmm?
You know.
I mean,
You hush.
I agree, but
Son said, "Well, yeah, you're a ginger." I'm like, "Thanks."
oh, I was just
No.
going to say just you're a fag, but yeah, the ginger.
No, ginger is a superpower. We're not held back by souls like
That's
you
right.
guys.
There you go. Come up here.
All right. Apoliticism isn't normal. It's a disability. Neurotypical
Wait a second, Terry. Did you call me a fag?
I did. Slow. He called me slow.
Get the hell out!
It just dawned on me that you said that. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Hi, people.
And we should extend more respect to apolitical people who actually suffer from this condition. The word politics doesn't mean controversial, electoral, divisive, influential, troublesome, or any other stereotypes associated with the word by oligarchs who want you to be politically uninvolved. No, it was a very simple definition. Politics is the field of group decision-making. Everything humans do in groups is political. Politics is the fabric of our society that holds us together. It holds together families, friendships, romantic partnerships, businesses, countries, movements, and so on. All kinds of groups that make up society. Politics is when you and your friends decide which flavors of pizza to order for game night. Politics is when
This just in, the author doesn't understand what politics are.
Well, I mean, she's doing what they always do. They use the broadest possible definition of a term to then enforce the narrowest definition of the term. So they're going to say, well, if you and your friends have ever agreed on what pizza to order, technically that's politics. You're not apolitical. And then they'll say, so you should vote for Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, I like pepperoni and bacon. Hey, let's not get political here.
Yeah.
It's
It's kind of like when they're doing the abortion debate and they're like, oh well, what about rape and incest? And they're using the broadest possible definition of abortion in order to enforce what they want, which is just
Yeah, and evolved potato has the right term. It's the modern Bailey tactic.
let's see. Politics is when you pick you child up to stop it crossing the street and being run over.
Okay,
Politics.
That's a new one.
Politics is even the argument between you and your dog about whether the kitchen counter is for eating off of. Politics is embedded in every aspect of our social lives. It's the glue and the grease of society. It's everything about how humans fit together. The primary advantage of human beings have over other animals is the complexity of their politics. A lone cougar can hunt alone and catch a bird. That's no politics. A wolf pack can hunt together. A wolf pack can hunt together and bring down a moose. That's a little bit of politics. I really want to turn on C-SPAN and see a bunch of wolves attacking a moose. A human army can march on a country and burn every building and tree to the ground. That's a lot of politics. So, do we just have like a meter now for how political?
Spectrum.
Yeah.
It's a spectrum.
All right, where do I fall between wolf eating moose and war?
Yeah.
All right. Humans were able to master advanced technologies like pottery, construction, fire, and the wheel because of their politics.
Wait. They're calling pottery, fire, and the wheel advanced technologies?
They were few 20,000 years ago.
Yeah, true.
A monkey can teach her child how to break open nuts with a rock. A human can teach her child how to operate a motor vehicle. Education is politics, and it's the key to technology more advanced than a sharp rock. Octopuses are amazingly smart, but they're just terrible at passing on knowledge to the next generation. If octopodes were a little more political, maybe they'd have cities and computers and wars.
What the fuck are you smoking?
I like this moment. I like this betrayal.
What?
The only thing stopping octopuses from ruling over us is that they're not very political. A human being who cannot master politics is a dead weight in society. Suppose they are very smart as an octopus. Okay, people out in chat, sometime this week, go up to someone you know and say, "Man, you're as smart as an octopus." Suppose they're very smart as an octopus, and they can learn other skills from others plenty well, but they can't really engage with political systems. What you will have is a child who doesn't listen to their parents and talks back, can't maintain friendships by compromising, doesn't believe in following the law, won't follow orders in the workplace and will be fired. A decisively disabled person who exists in the political context of a neurotypical world, but just can't engage with it on the right terms. Fortunately, we have a diagnostic criteria in the DSM which matches these symptoms. I'll list them here. Failure to conform to social norms with respect to lawful behaviors as indicated by repeatedly performing acts that are grounds for arrest. Deceitfulness as indicated by repeated lying, use of aliases, or conning others for personal profit or pleasure. Impulsivity or failure to plan ahead. Irritability and aggressiveness as indicated by repeated physical fights or assaults. Reckless disregard for safety of self or others. Consistent irresponsibility as indicated by repeated failure to sustain consistent work behavior or honor financial obligations. And lack of remorse as indicated by being indifferent to or rationalizing having hurt, mistreated, or stolen from another.
What is this describing again? It's taken so long I lost track.
These are the diagnostic criteria for antisocial personality disorder, or ASPD.
So they're basically saying that if you claim to be apolitical, then you are effectively an antisocial personality disorder type of person.
Like I said, a politically impaired person would have less respect for the law. They would also be less concerned with maintaining social bonds by telling others the truth. A lack of understanding of political consequences for actions would present as impulsivity. A lack of ability to compromise and get along with others would present as aggression. Care for the safety of others would be impaired. Fulfillment of social obligations such as work and financial would not be a priority. and remorse, which is an important political skill of human beings, would be absent. The ability to get along with others, to follow the rules, to care for others and show you care, to plan ahead in a social context, to keep promises and value the truth. These are social, political skills. They're the skills a human tribe or civilization needs to stay together, to make decisions as a group, to get things done en masse. It's politics. Apoliticism is antisocial personality disorder. People with ASPD are suffering from a lack of politics. A lack of political skills and political investment. They don't care about politics. It's hard for them to make themselves care. So when the middle-aged balding man in the meme says, "I don't care about politics, I just want to grill," I don't believe him. Sure, he cares about politics. He maintains a marriage with his wife. He's the head of a family, commanding his kids. He does what his boss tells him and gets paid. He's part of the HOA, and he likes what the HOA does for his home value.
Nobody likes the homeowners association, not a single person.
No.
Except octopi.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Fair point.
Fucking octopus.
They're very smart, you know.
He does what his boss tells him and gets paid. He's part of the HOA. He's friends with his neighbors and they work together whenever there's a problem. And he respects the police who enforce political laws. Octopuses hate the police. To a lot of people, only the last example there would seem political. But that's because the last one is big politics. It's government and legislation, the really huge politics. The only difference between a government and a marriage is size and intimacy. Okay.
Only difference. Only difference.
Also, I don't think marriages typically have armies. I mean, it would be kind
That
of
would
cool.
be an additional difference. Therefore, marriages do have armies.
It would be kind of cool if they did.
Maybe they're going to make the argument that the kids are the army of the marriage.
Child soldiers. Can't go wrong there. Let's see. There's still decisions to be made over who takes out the trash, who gets rid of the spider, and whether to pour grease down the drain. Domestic politics. A political centrist who says, "I don't care about politics, I just want to grill," is falsely claiming to have antisocial personality disorder.
No, they're not.
No, they are. Yeah. It says right there. They don't
I'm
know
starting
that.
to think the author has antisocial personality disorder.
They don't know they are, but that's the implication. If we listen to what they say and use the correct definition of politics, they're saying they don't care for the law, for honesty, for family, for social consequences, or for remorse. Those things are all political. Take them away and you have a person with ASPD. The average person who says they're apolitical does not have ASPD. They're wrong. They misunderstood what politics is and accidentally claimed to be disabled.
No, that's not what happened. Well, you're using a very broad definition of politics when the person who says they don't believe in politics is using a very specific, more colloquial, like, yes, technically everything this person is talking about is under the broad umbrella of politics, but when people talk about politics colloquially, they mean the government. They don't mean They don't mean working for your boss and like negotiating pay rises.
The author is effectively saying that I, a person with no experience in diagnosing psychological disorders, and I, who am a religious zealot, am about to paint an entire group of people with a very broad brush using a very specific diagnosis.
Yeah. One of the reasons I don't like multiplayer games is the politics involved. Like if I attack you, then that is like putting a target on me for retaliation, and I don't want to deal with all the political, implications of that. But that's not what most people talk about when they talk about politics, unless they're talking specifically about, a game.
If someone you know claims to be apolitical, then they're really just claiming to be an octopus, meaning that Japanese people should fry them and eat them.
It's not just the Japanese. I like eating octopus.
Yeah. It's, okay. We live in a society where apoliticism is culturally valued. It's considered impolite to be too political. So why on earth do people with these values use slurs like psychopath to describe people with antisocial personality disorder? Shouldn't the apolitical person logically be a hero? Finally, it's someone who doesn't care for the law, for the workplace rules, or what society thinks of them. Centrists and conservatives should worship people with ASPD. They're the platonic ideal of what a centrist values. But maybe the platonic ideal of apoliticism is bad. Maybe people shouldn't be apolitical. Maybe apoliticism is a serious disability, and apolitical people need therapeutic intervention in order to live decent lives. Maybe the centrists are all completely wrong.
If you don't agree with me, then you have a mental disability, is what
essentially,
you're saying.
yes.
Yeah. Who are you voting for? I'm not really sure. Lock him up.
Give him the lobotomy.
So it makes you both crazy and black, apparently.
It's amazing how many of these arguments just boil down to if you're not me, if you don't agree with me, there is something fundamentally wrong with you.
And that's true. You should agree with me.
Yeah. Like you probably
Well,
wear
I'm not talking about you, Terry. I'm talking about the medium authors.
Yeah.
Like you probably wear like red striped polos or something. So if you tell me that you don't like politics, I'm going to treat you like a mentally disabled person. I'm going to suggest therapy with a professional counselor and encourage you to see the value in politics for your own well-being. I'm going to worry that maybe you were abused as a child, as this is a strong risk factor for apoliticism. I'm going to set a firm boundary that you need to be political while you're around me, as much as you hate it, because it's important to everyone's safety. And if it turns out that you actually like small-scale politics and you just have a problem with seeing minorities in video games, I'm going to think you're a bad person with an incompetent knowledge of the subject.
Well then.
I think we all learned something today.
Yes.
Yes, and
Octopuses need to be political.
Yes, and in the immortal words of Ship.
That is true.
And also, this article has possibly my favorite comment left on any Medium article. Personally, I'm a fan of the politics of circle jerking with the homies.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was hoping one of the comments would just be ship.
If Frosted still had his account, I would say you should just post that on every single article. Ship.
Wait, if ship can only say ship, does that make them apolitical?
I guess so.
Ships
Oh,
are
man.
political, Frosted Glass.
That's
I
bullshit.
don't know. I think ship might be black and an octopus. Yeah,
Is Ship an octopus? Next week on Medium.
I am learning so much from these articles.
Very informative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But education is political.
A6.
A6.
Six.
Unfortunately, the stream is almost over 6, so.
Yeah,
right.
you came at the very end.
No, that's perfect. He wanted to watch the next 6 minutes. That's fine. He showed up just in time.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I have for today, gentlemen. So take a moment to shill my co-hosting guest. I Like Boobs has Games with Terry on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Sundays.
And
Yes.
that's all you're shilling, right?
Yes.
Okay. And let's see. Moon no longer has his GoFundMe linked in the description.
He will now just hunt himself.
Yeah.
But he does have his Twitch channel linked in the description where he plays games that aren't as good as Super Seducer.
Yeah.
You can fix that easily, Moon.
No. I don't even have that game installed anymore.
Well, you can install it. That's very simple to
No.
do.
I don't want to.
Well, then you're just wrong.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm acknowledging that too.
Let's see. Terry is on Hammer's Minions Nights and Games with Terry. And are those your only regular things now?
No, on Adam's channel, I do his stream as well.
All right.
Yeah, and I will make occasional appearances if like Johnny Hellcat does a game stream, or if Six goes back to doing his nice hikes, I'll probably be on those. But the only consistent appearances are Adam's stream, Hammer's stream, and Games with Terry and this.
All right. And anything you want to shill, Hammer? Hammer?
I
Hammer.
think Hammer's asleep.
No, not really.
Oh. Did you have to
I
take a
said
minute?
that because I needed you to contradict me.
Yeah.
I muted for a couple of seconds because I sneezed.
Oh, all right.
This is why my nose sounds all stuffy now.
All right. Well, Hammer is on Minions on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, I think. So,
Yeah, my show's on 9 p.m.
So if you want to
He
go
does
there,
also the pre-show on Rumble. That's half an hour earlier.
Yeah, me, Terry, and Jenna at 9, and there's the Rumble pre-show at 8:30.
yeah, so if you want to go there and make whatever pull he has a tie, then go ahead.
It's the place to go.
We are going to have to figure out a new way to pick music because we've gone through the alphabet.
Yes,
I mean,
last week was ZZ Top.
Well,
You
now you
can't go-
have to find bands that begin with Alpha.
You can't go through the alphabet again. I mean, there's probably more than one band that started with an A.
Yeah, knock out the ones we've already done and pick from what's left over.
Yeah, I mean, we could. I don't know if that's what we want to do again or if you want to try.
We haven't even talked about it, have we?
No.
Yeah, try to track
We'll
down
figure
Jen.
something out. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
We always
Guess
do.
you'll just have to cancel the show. I don't know.
There you go.
All right. Let's see. So we should be back next week at the normal time, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see you guys then.
Yep.
See you later.
Night,
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.
Why?